A magical kid and a magical girl who could see the dead are the subjects of this film. We are introduced to Majo, a magical youngster, at the start of the narrative. Along with his companion, he was performing a magic act. He used to do his act in this manner on the streets, but his magic was now quite dated. The folks gathered there had little interest in his wizardry because of this. Majo then notices a youngster standing there amid all the individuals who, to him, were really unusual. Majo keeps up with the girl, and nevertheless, as soon as the girl becomes aware that someone is pursuing her, she comes to a stop in front of an old cabinet. Majo has an idea at this point. He believes that if he frees the witch from a cupboard, he can use magic to frighten her away from the populace, and perhaps people will find this magic appealing. He now approaches the odd Korean girl. He makes her an offer to work on his program. She does not reject Kang since she too needs the money. Afterwards, Majo, who was performing in a hall, is displayed. This time, a sizable audience had assembled to attend his performance. He repeats his chant there on the cabinet. He drapes a black cloth over it and says his mantra, and that cabinet unlocks, and the shape of a ghost, that black fabric, was soaring through there. Majo queries the ghost, "What brought you here to do? Retaliation for his passing?" He claims, "He's the one among these who killed me." But everyone who went to the concert there was frightened. The ghost is now pointing at a female. The ghost of the black fabric captures him as soon as he gestures to her. The ghost has already vanished, but the girl covers herself with that towel. Majo then arrives with an axe and begins to chant. Then he strikes him. The girl who was covered by the fabric collapsed. That cabinet also shuts there. It was no girl there when Majo removed the cloth. Suddenly Majo's friends appear from behind and drape a cloth over the cabinet. The cabinet was gone when Majo removed that cloth, but the girl watching from the crowd returns unharmed. The audience enjoyed Majo's act a lot. Let's check out Kang, who portrayed the ghost, once the performance is done. That is, Kang was the ghost you saw dressed in black. All of this was part of Majo's strategy, and one of their teammates was the girl who was seated among them. Majo also had a close pal. Kang continues once the job is completed. He is stopped by Majo, who informs him that everyone is leaving. "Will you accompany us?" But Kang declines and departs for home. Kang speaks with her mother when she gets home. Here it is clear that she had lived alone. Her birthday was today. She was alone in her chair, enjoying cake. At his home, Kang had also constructed a tent, which she slept in because of the size of her home. She also feared sleeping in such an alone position. Kang experienced a sensation similar to someone opening her tent zip when she intended to sleep there. She notices two dead kids in front of her. Kang is then seen standing on the side of the road, where those two kids had passed away. Kang makes a police call. Apparently a man was really inebriated, and he injured these kids in an accident while operating a drunken vehicle. Considering that those two deceased kids told him this, here Kang's ability to see the dead is known. Kang was dining alone the following day while she was on the show's set. Majo's companion was giving her an extremely serious look, what Kang dislikes, and then moves forward. Majo arrives and stops him there for that reason. "Where are you going?" it says. "Her house," she says. He rejects. "You cannot go today, please. Each day you leave with an excuse. You'll need to stay with us today. We're going to have lunch as a team, so hurry. You come with us." Following much solace from Majo, Kang is forced to concur. She follows them too. Now Majo's pal was letting everyone know while they were eating. "Are you aware? My grandma visited me in my dream last night. It was berating me constantly. She also questioned why you didn't visit me when I was still living." Kang laughs a lot when she learns this. She was laughing aloud and was quite inebriated. She was acting strangely there as well. She belittles Majo when they are both seated there. "I told you not to come here," she says. "What brought me here and why?" Majo's shirt is torn by the woman. She apologizes to everyone after that, and proceeds to depart. Everyone on her crew was astonished by her actions. It is revealed the next day where Majo's pal was headed. She receives a call from Kang as he is leaving the airport, who apologized to her for the night's inappropriate actions. Kang can hear screaming coming from the picture in his home during the conversation. She feels as though a soul is emerging from her when she looks in that direction. Poor Kang sits on one side of her home in fear. Her front door is eventually left unlocked. Majo, her employer, was present when she went to see, due to the fact that he overheard her screaming on the phone, and that is how he learned about her safety. In Kang's home, there was nothing for her to eat, all but a cake that was 2 days old. She offers it to him after decorating it how she sees fit. He notices a youngster in front of him as he continues on from here. It was tucked away in a corner. He asks Kang about it, and she replies that this kid lives around here. Maybe he's hiding and seeking as well. Come, let's play with him, Maju commands. But that boy was missing when he saw him there again. Same youngster may be seen there once more in the corner alongside. Kang, he hides there. He goes away quickly after scaring the kid. Maju had departed as well. Kang makes a call to her buddy after he leaves. She informs him that, indeed, my employer had visited me at home. Maju was dozing off at her home at the time. A person then walks through his bed, which his eyes alight. The same youngster was at his home when he turned on the light and noticed it. What he witnessed at Kang's home. That youngster was standing behind him when he looked in the mirror and saw himself. He panics when he sees this and tumbles. He phones Kang as soon as he exits the house. Inform him that I'm hosting the youngster who lives in your area. Kang brings booze to Maju and advises taking a sip first. Then you'll know what I'm trying to tell you. She whispers, listen, I see dead people in his ear. I can see the dead. And that kid could want to talk to us. They both enter the home once more. The youngster touches Maju's shoulder once again. Kang touches the child's hand when doing so. Then he has a concept or a vision when they visit the same visual location where a woman had an accident. That woman's child was dead, but she was still alive. Maju quickly calls the ambulance. In the morning, the ambulance takes the child and his mother. As soon as the ambulance leaves, the child thanks Kang and Maju that he saved his mother's life and disappears, after which Kang takes Maju to the riverbank and tells her, you know, a few years ago I was also dead. I mean, my breath was stopped for a while. When I was going by school bus, I had an accident. I was dead for a while. Somehow I was saved. But my best friend died. After that, I started seeing ghosts of my friends and other dead people, after which everyone started staying away from me. Even my mother and sister left me alone. After telling all this, Kang goes to the river bank and screams and says, my friend, how long will you be able to keep me alone? I have a lot of friends online. How will you keep them away from me? Actually, the ghost of Kang's friend was also visible to those people who used to live with him, and because of this fear, no one wanted to live with Kang. Here Maju also says, cheap witch, you can't do anything to Kang without me, because both go away from here. The next day, Kang and Maju go to a bar, where Kang drinks a lot again. Maju tells him to leave the house, but he refuses to go to his house. That's why Maju took him to his house.
When he was sleeping at night, then water was falling on Maju's face, with which his eyes open, when he looks up. Then from the roof, the ghost of Kang's friend was there, who was scaring him. Kang puts his hand on Maju's eyes, says, don't pay attention to this side, don't look at her. She will go. But Maju was very scared. That's why Kang makes a tent for him. These two now slept in the same tent. When it is morning, Maju's friend comes here, who had gone somewhere for work, to whom Maju had left the airport, but now she had come back. He was very angry to see all this. She calls Kang very bad. She says to him, I know, you don't have any friend, not even your family. They all left you. And if I were in your place, I would have died long ago. Maju tells him to be quiet after listening to him. Kang was feeling very bad about Maju's friend. She leaves crying. The next morning, when Maju's team was preparing for their next show, Kang does not come there. Maju was very sad. When Kang was cleaning his house, to meet him, his friends come, who was online. She had also brought food for him. Kang is very happy to see them. Now she eats food and talks a lot. Then Maju's call comes, who was telling him that he is missing him a lot. He wants to meet him. Now at night, Kang gets ready and wants to meet Maju. So on the way, she started watching that magic show. Then she sees her friend's soul in the crowd. When she was trying to escape from him, she falls on the stage, where there were a lot of hands behind her. They were holding her, but Maju comes there. He makes the drowning moment a part of the show, which people were liking a lot when they were going. So Kang says to him, tell me the truth. Are you worried because of me, or is your life getting ruined because of me? Maju says, why are you saying this? In fact, I am nothing without you. I want to spend my life with you. After which Kang takes her home. In the morning, when Maju was leaving her house, while leaving, Kang's friend's soul sees him. On the way, Maju's car accidents with the crane, and he was saved. The surprising thing was that there was no driver inside the crane. When Maju comes out, a very big signboard had fallen on him. When Kang was cleaning her house, she gets a locket, which was her friend's. She takes that locket, goes to the hall, where Maju was performing. He was showing his magic. That's why she sits in the middle of the magic seeing people. When the closet opens, a black-clothed ghost comes out of it. When Maju asks him about his killer, so she points somewhere else first. But later, she points to Kang. She takes him to her closet. Everyone is very scared. Because this magic was not a part of their show, everyone was surprised. When Maju opens the closet, in it, Kang was trapped in a water aquarium. He was trying to get him out. When he tries to break the aquarium with an axe, so he flies in the air and falls down, and he was unconscious. When Kang was in the aquarium, she takes out the locket, and starts giving it to her friend. The story goes from here. On the day when Kang's school bus had an accident, actually, Kang and his friend were very good friends. Kang's friend had this locket, which was expensive, along with. But Kang also liked this locket a lot. For a while, she asks her friend to wear it. As soon as she wears that locket, then the bus had an accident. All the children fell into the river. When the rescue team takes them out, she was worried whose treatment should be done first. Because at this time, she could only save a person's life. When they see a necklace in Kang's neck, they understand that this is from a rich family, and that's why the sisters save his life. But Kang's friend was dead. Then when Kang is taken to the hospital, the doctors removed the locket, and gave it to Kang's mother. She forgot to keep it, and now because of this locket, Kang's friend was behind her. Her soul was wandering. We see the present scene again, where Kang puts on her friend's locket. As soon as she puts on the locket, she came out of the aquarium, but Machu was still unconscious. Both of them are taken to the hospital. When she comes to her senses, and sees Machu in this condition, she decides to go away from him. But after she comes to her senses, when Machu comes to know about this, he calls her and stops her, and starts crying. But Kang doesn't stop. Now when Kang was leaving this city, she was sitting in the plane. Then an air hostess comes to her. When the air hostess talks to her, then her friend's soul was there. Then the plane starts moving. There Machu, who was sitting at the airport, was waiting for Kang. He hears this announcement, that our plane is coming back. Something has gone wrong in it, and she was talking about the same plane. When Machu hears this, he is very happy. Now when he sees Kang, he talks to her. He tells her that I love you a lot. I want to spend my entire life with you. You can't just leave me here. But Kang orders her to gaze upward. There the spirit of her companion was. She claims you still care for me, due to the fact that she will spend the rest of her life with me. Yes, says Machu. Yet, I adore you. They approached one another closely, and were overjoyed. And with this joyful conclusion, the tale of this film comes to an end.